Howdy friends, I'm Tyler Grant with JamPlay.com. Great to be here with you today working on some more Telecaster music. Now we're following up on the previous lesson, which was chicken picking licks and vocabulary. And now we're going to do a chicken picking guitar solo. There it was, you heard it demonstrated. So let's start working through it. In the beginning, we've got this. Those are the pickup notes. Remember, almost everything we're doing in this country music style is going to have some pickup notes. It just ramps you up to the downbeat. So it's we're working from an A minor pentatonic kind of shape here. There's the tonic note with our third finger. There's the flatted third. And we're going to alternate them with the pick and the middle finger of the picking hand. So that's the specific pattern. Pick, middle, pick, middle, pick, middle, pick. And that sets us up for our big... That's our first time we're doing this little double stop bend so many times fast consecutively. So I'm bending that 7th fret up a whole step, holding down my 4th finger on the... Remember, you can do this if you want. You'll just have to plan ahead and get that finger in place. Either way, this note needs to remain still while this one bends. And I'm doing a pinch this whole time, the pick and the middle finger. With that kind of rhythm. And on the way down, I actually let that bend release and then grab these two, that 5th fret double stop with the middle and ring fingers. So that's the beginning. Moving on, I play these same sets of notes. That's my next lick. Pretty easy to figure that out. And then I do this little slide down. 7th fret, 5th fret. That's the specific rhythm. Like so. So that's a big string of licks making one long statement in the first 3 measures of the solo. So let's try it from the beginning just up to there. 1, 2, 3. All just straight A minor pentatonic bluesy stuff. Moving on. That's pretty neat. It's all pretty basic bluesy stuff again, but I'm not sure if you haven't played much Telecaster or much country music, you might not have thought of how to put it together in this way. So I'm starting with these two notes, our 5th fret double stop on the highest string grouping, and I'm going pick, middle, pick, and then I'm going to do these with my 2 fingers, just like in our chicken picking licks lesson previous. Now that is a neat thing. It's almost like a triplet. That's part of the trick with this Telecaster thing, is using your pull-offs, your hammer-ons, and your slides to kind of make some fast, exciting things happen. So that's that. Slide with my either the 3rd or the 4th finger. I think I'm better at my 4th finger, but suit yourself. Either way, you slide down from the 8th to the 7th, pluck the 5th fret, Now you slide down and then pull off. That's a slide and a pull off. Then you pluck the low note, then grab those two with your two fingers. And next, we got this little quick pull off from the 7th to the 5th fret. And then down to the 7th fret of the A string. Then back up the scale. And you slide that up a whole step. And then grab the 9th fret with either your 3rd or your 4th finger, whatever is easiest for you. And what are we doing here? Well, that is an E7 chord. It's the 7th and the 3rd of our E7 chord. So this is just outlining the chord change. We're playing a 1-5-1-4 progression here. So maybe let's just talk about the chord progression for a minute. You hear it on the rhythm track, but let's just strum through the chords. And we'll just do like that kind of strum, just so you get the sense of how this chord progression goes. It's a common 1-5-1-4 progression, meaning it's on the 1 chord, and then the next chord is a 5, and then back to the 1, and then a 4, and then it wraps up with a 1-5-1, like most of these progressions do. So here we go. Let's just strum through the chords one time. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and... Okay, so here we are on measure number 8, where we get to the 5 chord and we opt to play this because it just fits nicely. It's kind of close to where we are. You could do that, that works, over the 5 chord. You can go like we did on our high. There it is. On our James Burton solo. That's how you would do it down on that string grouping. Anyway, we're just gonna go, and then we wrap it up with this little exciting little ascending half steps with our 6ths from the D chord up a half step all the way up to the E. So there's no D chord happening. This is all over an E chord. And it just sounds, it lays out that E dominant 7th sound. Okay, so starting on measure number 5, the end of measure number 5, the pickups to measure 6 from here. Let's just play that part up to where we landed. So those 4 measures. Ready and go. Moving on, the progression goes back to the 1 chord, the A chord, and we're going to get this big old doozy lick going. Okay, so that's the same lick as in our chicken pickin' licks lesson. So that time I was using my middle finger on the high notes. It doesn't matter whichever one you use. It's probably written to use your A finger. Yep, it is. So I'll try it with the A finger on top. And that works well because as soon as I play that with my A finger, this is my next lick. And that sets me up perfect for that because I went, there's my A finger, grabbing that note. And then I'm on this shape and I'm going to work it into a D7 chord by going like this. So that's the rhythm. So you see what's happening there? It's the pick on the low note, the middle finger on the high note, and then I'm using the middle and third fingers together to go like this. Play those two strings, then that fretted, pull off, then pick the low note, pick it. Might want to practice that on its own just for a minute. So that leaves us on this open B string, and then I take my first finger and slide from the first to the second fret and reach up with my fourth finger to grab that fifth fret of the high E. That's the exact same thing as that sixth, but that's how I would do it from one string to the next. If you really want to get into this, you can practice your sixths in the stretch fingering. Exact same as the sixth we worked on. That's just a different way to play them. It takes a bit of a reach. Certain licks where you want to do that. But on this one, it's not too bad. That's what we're doing. Then I play this note again, and then I do a little pull off of the third, second, and open E string. Then that. And now this big bend. So how do we do that? It's a big bend, just like our Don Rich solo. So I play that. Middle finger plays that high note. Pick, middle, then both together. So again, pick, middle, both, upstroke, land there. So that little bit from measure number 9, the end of measure number 9, where I start this, let's do that whole bit up until where we stopped at the end of measure 15 there. Okay? 1, 2, ready, and go. And then to punctuate this whole solo, I do this little descending lick. Again, using these pull-offs to make it sound easy to play that fast, because it is easy to do that. I've worked on my pull-offs, I've worked on my hammer-ons. I'm sure there's lots of studies here on JamPlay to work on those techniques. Anyway, we're using those regular old guitar techniques to make this sound really fast and really exciting. So that's just a little pull off from the second, first open of the G string. Then pick that, grab that open G with the middle finger, and then pull off. Remember this blues scale? There it is. So that's how it ends. Okay, remember to take each of these licks and realize they all most of them come from our previous lesson on chicken pickin' licks and vocabulary. And take all of these and kind of interpolate them, vary them, play them in other chords, play them, work that same lick up or down. This one. So let's have some fun with this. I'm going to go ahead and play this solo at the slow tempo with the rhythm track, the boogie woogie in A, 1-5-1-4 progression. Play it with me if you'd like to practice it at the slow tempo. And the progression goes twice through on the track. So I'm going to play this composed solo first, and then I'm just going to jam the next time through, trying to expand on some of these ideas. So hopefully this will give you a little bit more inspiration and some more tools that you can adapt to your playing. And I would encourage you to do the same with the rhythm track on your own. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. There you have it. Have some more fun with some chicken picking. Get into it, get involved, and we'll see you next lesson.